Hello chat monsters, my name is Mike and I love Dungeons and Dragons. Go ahead and call me a nerd in the comments section. I am a level 8 druid, which means nothing to a lot of you. Naturally, I wanted a show that could combine Dungeons and Dragons with art. So I present to you Roll for Monster. And in this show, I'll be taking a D20 or a 20-sided die, giving it a roll, and then whatever I roll will help us determine what we're drawing. I hope I explained that well enough, but if you still don't understand, you'll get it as we roll along. So what I did was design a form with 11 different qualities and traits, and I assigned certain assets to each quality and trait. For however many tails, if I roll a 9, it's 1 tail. And then if I roll like a 13 for however many teeth, that means 1 tooth. Now let's get rolling. So we have the monster size coming in at medium, the body theme will be hulking, tail will be 2 tails, color 1 is teal, color 2 is yellow, it'll have 4 eyes, a big mouth, 1 tooth, 1 arm, no legs, the emotion will be disgust, and the accessory that it should be holding or have to incorporate in some way is tree branch. This sounds super interesting and I'm really curious about what's about to happen. All right, so the idea is I'm gonna sketch this out and I'm gonna try my best to just draw and then stick with whatever we end up drawing with and just improve the weird monster I come up with. I don't want to spend too long on this. I'm looking at this as like a drawing challenge. We're just gonna stick with it and just draw one freaky looking little monster and just go from there. Our monster here is this hulking medium-sized creature. It has 1 arm, 2 tails, and the emotion is disgust, so it's grossed out about something, and then it has 1 stick and 1 arm. How can we kind of combine all this? I'm thinking like it has 1 arm, it has a stick, maybe the stick is his favorite stick, maybe it's a walking stick, but I'm thinking like if you get something on like your shoes, for example, you're like a pair of shoes you really like, you're gonna be mad, but if you step in something with your favorite pair of shoes, like poo, you might be grossed out a little bit. So I'm thinking, what if we did something where like he's holding his tree branch and for some reason there's a poo on it, and he's just like looking at it all grossed out and disgusted. Let's get drawing. So our guy here is a medium-sized monster. I'm thinking he's somewhere along the lines of like yay big. All right, so he's hulking. I want to give him monster pecs and maybe some kind of like stomach line, some abs. Our boy here also has a giant mouth. The prompt is giving us the direction of 1 arm. I gotta remember it's disgust, so we gotta make his mouth sort of like almost frowned a little bit because he's grossed out about something. And then for his eyes, we have 4 eyes, so let's keep that in mind, right? 4 eyeballs to communicate the level of disgust on this creature here. I think I'm gonna go square with his body because I'm imagining he's very just bulky and our guy here is hulking and everything, and whenever I imagine anyone who's like a big old beefy hulky kind of dude, sometimes they're either shaped like Doritos because they got like them big old shoulders and a tiny little waist, or they're just like these big blocks of humans, right? And so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give our boy here the shape of like a block. We're gonna turn him into a block. We'll give him 1 set of eyebrows. I think adding 4 sets might be kind of weird. Add that stick, you know, I'm gonna add a little accents of like it was a tree branch. So we got just this horrified, disgusted mouth with wrinkles, because he's just like, ugh, you know? He's all, ugh. Should I maybe add some fur or something so that way the tails kind of make sense to be there and not... Otherwise, if you guys ever see like a rat's tail, how it's just like this pink worm looking thing and you're kind of just grossed out, and I don't know if I want to go that direction with this, so let's maybe add a little hair and then I'll color in the tails to match hair. We gotta add a belly button, right? Just a little doop, a little doop. This will actually benefit us because now we can add tails on this guy, and it makes sense to have the tails actually have like hair or fur on it now because he is hairy and furry. I'll add the hair on the tail and then we'll see how this looks later on, but I think we got it all here. All right, let's take this and move it on over to the iPad. I absolutely love this thing. It's called the Dartboard and it's by Astropad, and what it is it inserts your iPad into this board here and it kind of gives you a nice elevated and tilted drawing space so you can like lean on it and press on it, and if you want to take it with you, it comes off the stand and it has these little back places where you can kind of grip it and hold on to it. Links in the description down below. It'll probably be an affiliate link. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking our drawing and I'm tracing him with some purple pencil just to kind of show me where all the details are and the key things to remember when we then kind of convert him into his digital counterpart. Because right now, he's just a rough sketch. And what I'm doing is I'm just gonna figure out where all my lines are at, and then we'll go from there and really add the details and really bring this thing to life. And if you're wondering, like, hey Mike, is this really how you do your stickers and your drawings for all your other monsters? This is normally how I do everything. This is normally how I do it. Usually it's a quick little rough draft. It could be drawn on anything or just a quick idea. I take a picture with whatever I'm gonna draw it on, and then I start going, I start doodling. As you can see, some of the lines don't actually match up with the rough draft drawing, only because as I am retracing this, I'm telling like future me, hey, I kind of think the line would look better at this part or over here on this part here. And so you'll see some of these lines look a little different and a little out of place. So when I get rid of this background, this is what's left, and this is sort of where I'm imagining our monster kind of is for like a second stage rough draft drawing, if that makes sense. I'm getting closer to being done with like the second pass of this rough draft, and I'm happy with how this is turning out. This guy is looking freaky. So now that we're here, we can kind of see what we're looking at and kind of like a final idea of the direction we're taking this monster. Here are the two colors I went with. I'm going with this yellow and this type of teal. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with the lighter teal and make that like the skin tone, and then we'll make the yellow the hair, and then I'll do different shades of yellow, just kind of add some fur shades in there. But I think we're at a solid pick here. So let's get outlining this creature, because typically with my style, I like to go in with thick, heavier outlines, and then I go in with color, and that will really like make everything sort of pop, and we'll kind of be at our final drawing in a moment. This all happens pretty quickly at this next part, so let's just get doodling. I do want to take this moment to shout out my Patreon. Yo, Patreon, thank you guys so much for being there and helping me out and just letting me do the things that I do here on Canvas Monsters. I appreciate you guys. Because of y'all, I can buy supplies to make videos and do art and have a good time showing you guys just the world of monsters. So thank you guys so much. Just because of you guys, I'm able to do things like this. I think adding shadow behind stuff kind of gives it this cool lift. All right, I'm gonna add some last minute details here, and then I'll show you guys the end result. The moment is here, and this is where the dice gods led us. Let's see how this guy turned out. And here we are. This thing is freaky looking, guys. We've got the two tails, we've got the one arm, no legs, the big mouth, the one tooth. We've got the four eyes, we've got the teal, the yellow, the stick, and why it's disgusted. We've got the poo on the stick, which this little guy's name is Deuce. He's already a monster we've drawn before in the past, but I wanted to bring him back and just kind of introduce another character to you guys who might be seeing this for the first time. But there we go. And that's why he's disgusted. He got a little poo on his favorite stick, his favorite branch. So there we are. I'm happy with how this turned out. This is very freakish. This is very monstery. I wouldn't want to come across this thing. What do you guys think? What is this? It came out so freaky, so weird, but maybe you guys see this guy and maybe you have a name for him. So leave it in the comments, please. I want to make this guy available for people to grab. I want to turn him into a sticker and get him in my sticker shop. If you guys don't know and you're watching me for the first time, I take my drawings, I take my monsters, and I turn them into stickers. You can go to my sticker shop by visiting CanvasMonsters.shop and browse what I've got currently. Right now it's winter, and as of this time period, it's the Valentine season, so I might have my heart monsters up. I've got my winter monsters up. Go over there and check them out. But if I want to make this guy available, I need a name. So again, leave a comment down below. What are we naming this guy? The D20 gods took us on a very, very weird path, and I'm not mad about it. I think this guy turned out great, And if you think this turned out great, please hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and come on back next time. A new video every Sunday, all right? Are there any dice freaks out there? Any sort of dice goblins out there just like me? Because I'm obsessed with collecting these guys. Leave a comment down below where you shop for yours. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.